Well, apparently, all I have to do is keep it open for a very long time, and it actually works and doesn't glitch out to make me do it a million times. So, that now being public knowledge, I'll just keep the thing open forever. And with that, I'll also say welcome to Wrestling with Ski. Tonight, I'm going to go over my opinions on things, some rumors around some people to change it up a little bit because, it's always good to change it up a little bit. And as there was no show last night to talk about, this seemed like a good way to fill the gap, I guess is the best way to put it. And I'm sure everyone has opinions on, all the rumors in the show. So why the hell not? It's very, everyone can get involved in this thing. The best thing is everyone has a different opinion. So it starts lots and lots of conversations about things, which doesn't hurt, especially in the wrestling world. Everyone can have a million opinions just the way they think things should go because, well, there's a million ways things could go and work out and all of that. So that's all good stuff. And with that being said, I want to move on. First thing comes down to this whole Charlotte Flair thing. Lots of rumors and all that going around. We all know, everything that happened with Becky during the title exchange. We all know what happened. Like the whole thing. At least what they've let us know. We saw that she was pulled from, media appearances, or at least one appearance that she had, which, it could be something simple. It could be something because of what happened that night. But there was lots of, animosity and heat backstage, apparently. And we all know that, she had her screaming match with Becky afterwards. We all know that everyone, seemingly, from what we hear, the locker room and all, management and all them took Becky's side. And after their screaming match, Sony even wanted to fight her before, they escorted Charlotte out of the building. Which, whatever. Too bad, so sad. Sucks to be her. But really, where would she go? That's the big thing. I know Andrade is over in AEW. So there's a lot of places she could go, and it would make, some kind of sense for her to go with him and all that. But where would she really go? Ring of Honor just closed down. So that's out of the equation. Inspiration, formerly the Iconics, are over, women's tag team champs over in Impact. And I think their talent level, is good over there. And there's also AEW. We know how they feel about, toxic people. And apparently, the whole locker room taking Becky's side. Apparently there's a lot of that going on right now. Allegedly. Again, we don't know, but that's what seems to be going around. And that doesn't seem like it's a thing that fits into the AEW locker room. Like they all seem to get along very well. The professional, big thing, big family, and toxicity just doesn't seem to fly there. Would Tony Khan actually do it? I don't know. My big thing is who the hell would she have to work with? Like she could work with, Britt, but she would come in with, they'd have to make her the star right away just because all of her title reigns WWE and all that. They made her out to be the biggest female in wrestling. So, it's not like she's going to go over there and lose and not be champion after all the title reigns she's had, in the machine at WWE. Some I don't think were necessary. A lot of them weren't necessary, but who would she really have to work with? That's the big question. Like, what would be accomplished if she did go there? I think that she would expose the division for what it is. No offense to the women's divisions of a lot of companies. I feel she's got them beat by, forever. Like forever and ever. Like she's, there's a few there, but otherwise, she has most of the women's division in a lot of places beaten by a very long mile. And that's not taking anything away from everyone in other companies. Everyone's good in their own way. And a lot of them are really young talents trying to find their way. So I'm not, trying to throw shame or shade at anyone that's in any other company, but like who, like she would expose the hell out of most of the women in any of their locker rooms. Which, while they are improving, I mean, it's slow. Like the level she's at, it would. I just don't see how it would work in AEW with what they have or anywhere. I mean, it irritates me how many title runs she gets because I think she could be working in a different role to make everyone look good instead of making them look good at being champion a million times. You're never gonna know if someone can what someone does until you throw them in. Which is what they said about Cena. How are you gonna know if he's ready if you don't throw him in there? Give people a chance. He doesn't have to be a million-time champion. She can work with a million other people and do things, in my opinion. But the rest of the women's division, I mean, the best women's division, in my opinion, where she could go, like, is the exposure that Charlotte Flair has and all that in the world is the WWE. So I mean, what the hell is she gonna do? I mean, it's one of those catch-22s, really. Where would she go? Who would take her? Is she going to get a better attitude? Who would she actually have to work with that you could believe? Who would, I mean, she would just make most women's divisions look even worse. Like the botches would be more evident just because, or anything, or the, lack of experience and all that, just because she is that good, whether it's in the ring, on the mic, everything. So, I just really, my thing, I just want everyone to get their shit together. Pardon my French, but I mean, like she has literally been handed the world on a silver platter. Yes, she has worked for it. Yes, she is uber super ridiculously talented, both in the ring and on the mic compared to just about everybody. Can being on the top of the world of the whole like women's wrestling be like a cog and cause all kinds of craziness and ego and stuff? Yes, obviously, like you're the greatest thing since sliced bread in there. Like you're number one. If that doesn't give you an ego or cause anything, what the hell does? But like everyone needs to like calm down, let cooler heads prevail. She needs to get over Becky calling her plastic in a promo years ago. Like, I'm sorry. Look at your face in between the last like year or two. Like, holy Christ. Like you could tell you've had a lot. Like, just deal with it. Like, get over it. It was a promo years ago. Like people tell me to get over what happened to me with a certain person that was in my life and all the damage they did to me. Like, and that was real. That wasn't like a promo in the ring, selling, matches, which is what they do. Like, this was real life, real life. If people tell me to get over it. Like, let cooler and calmer heads prevail. Because you have been the greatest thing ever. Your head is gigantic, but where the hell are you going to go, Charlotte? Like, that's the real thing. Where is she going to go? I'm sure there's somewhere, but when you think about it, get the exposure she does now, the money, the match quality. I mean, where the hell could she go? I'm sure there's places, but I mean, that are actually relevant. No offense to places all over the world that are really relevant here in the States. I mean, WWE is still the big dog. No offense to AEW. No reference to Roman Reigns, like at all. Yeah, they're getting there, AEW, but they're not where WWE is. They're nowhere near where WWE is. No offense to them. They're still babies. They're still infants. And even, like when they sign big people, like they get that ratings thing to see the person debut, and then it has gone back down. Like people go over just to see that, and then they move on. Again, there could be people like me that record it and watch it later most nights just because how my the schedule's been around the house lately, which is quite normal. Those numbers could be better, but I mean the exposure she would get there is not what she would be getting there. The talent level isn't there. So my theory, my hope is everyone just gets their shit together and like come back down to reality that you're all human beings and get over yourselves. Like it's a big bravado, ego world, but get over your damn selves. That's all I want to see. Because the whole thing's ridiculous, and no matter what, I didn't mean to do it. Right, like with all this heat and everything going on, I mean, like, and the way people always talk about her, I mean, like, again, how she is with fans, that's one thing, but never know what's going on actually backstage. And there's a lot of this and the whole locker. I mean, again, I'm on Becky's side in it. But really the biggest thing is with all the rumors and everything, it's because again, I've been a Becky person, from way back whenever, like that underdog thing forever, like she got called up number one draft pick and was so horribly underutilized forever. So it's not, between the two of them, I like the character better. It's because you see Charlotte all the time. It's the same thing over and over. But I don't know. I just want them to get, because there's nowhere else for her to go where she'll be anywhere near as successful as she is now. So that's what I want. Who knows, though? I'm probably horrifically wrong because that's what I do. No, it's not. But I could be. I think she's going to be sticking around, though, because, again, nowhere else is going to do it. She's not going to be able to do it like she does anywhere else on a stage like she has now. And I just don't see it being worth it. And I think it would hurt the other products because she would look great, but it would really expose what they have. So we'll see. And then everything that, the other big one in the world is what they're going to do with one Bray Wyatt, Wyndham, Rotunda, what the hell is going to happen? I mean, obviously, because he put out the tweet 2 days ago, on Wednesday, 2 days. Well, been 2 days. We know that non-compete's going up, but I mean, having him debut on like Dynamite, obviously that's a Wednesday thing. Having him show up on Rampage just doesn't, unannounced. I mean, like everyone would get around, if their viewers aren't enough to get it out there, it'd be too late. So as you show up on SmackDown, after all of that, obviously, because Ring of Honor is off the table. No offense to Impact. I think we could work there, but it could be good for him. It could help them out. I just don't think it's he would have more freedom, but eyeballs on it and money wise, like I just don't know. I don't think it would work out the greatest. Would he fit into AEW? Because there's lots of rumors about him replacing Brody in the Dark Order as the leader. People have been talking about that, since the release, probably since before the release. And then really since the release happened, which caught everyone off guard, could he go there? Him doing that, it would be cool. I just think they're too stacked over there. Yeah, look at everyone they've signed. I think they need to wait for a while. And he said 2 days. No way in hell they could fit him over there right now. Like, I think most of us are in a consensus that it wouldn't make sense to put him over there right now. Like, they are literally stacked on AEW. Like, they really, really are. Like, where the hell would he go? What I mean, he could fit in as leader of the Dark Order, but I mean, like, look at all the stories that there are and how stacked the roster is and the amount of people that aren't, getting really, really used unless they're in really big, like, groups. So they get to come here and they're like, I just don't think it would be a good fit. Would it give him great, like, creative freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted? Really? Yes, he would have a lot more creative freedom. And I think that'd be very good for him and whatever, Cult of Wyndham and all the stuff we've seen to carry on some kind of different version of what he was doing. Like, I think that would be really, really good. And viewers, I think, would help them over there in AEW. But again, so far, everyone else has just been short term. It seems like people have watched the debut, in another week or so, and then the ratings just dropped off again. Which isn't, on the people themselves that went over there. It's just people saw it and they're okay, bye. I personally watch it just to see what, they keep doing because they do get better. They have good matches, but would it help? Like, it would help character wise, I believe. Otherwise, I mean, just because the freedom. Otherwise, I mean, the exposure, no. Money, who knows? There are a lot of people he could work with that are younger, which would be good. But would it fit? Just because, again, they're so stacked. Like, that's really the biggest, thing for me is just how stacked they are. Roster wise, how would he fit with everything going on? I mean, great to see a leader for the Dark Order instead of them, as weird as they've been, some floundering, and then they get together. Like, it would be good, but it'd be great for him with Brody because, I mean, we know that was killing him for forever. But would he fit? Like, that's like, would he get lost in the shuffle? I honestly think he would, which is why I hope he doesn't. Because he's super talented and he's super creative, and I would just hate to see him get lost in the shuffle wherever the hell he went. Again, I can't even still believe we're having this conversation regardless because of how talented he is and everything. But I just think if we get lost in the shuffle, which, I mean, granted, you can just do vignettes and, be the leader and send, sick people on people, a whole new side of the Dark Order or whatever. But again, they just have so much. I think that you get lost. And I really think that AEW needs to, they've brought in so many people here recently. And again, Ring of Honor doing what they did. I'm sure they're going to bring in some of those guys. So there's going to be more talent coming in. Like, I just think they need to wait a minute, before they go and bring anyone else in like that, just because there's so many people there now. I mean, Bobby Fish is there, Adam Cole's there, Ruby's there, Danielson. I mean, there's a CM Punk, Malachi Black, like they brought in a lot of people over the last couple months. So I hope they calm down if they just build with what they have instead of continually putting new people in there. Because it's like you bring these big names in, they're taking someone's spot that's lower on the totem pole, no matter what anyone wants to say. And hopefully they do. I don't know. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. Hopefully, I turn on SmackDown later and boom, there he is. Like that would be the thing. Like I'd be okay with that. As you said, 2 days. So 2 days, I mean, either he's just saying because it was going to be official and he was going to be like done or something, or it's just that leaves literally SmackDown or Rampage. So I guess we'll see at some point here in a little bit, here not that long. So we'll see. That's about all I got on that. And then I just want to give, my opinions and get past the rumors and all that stuff on, the current product. Because you hear me talk about the matches and the stories and all that. But I mean, I don't know if everyone, gets to know my full feelings on, things across the board. Raw, I was really disappointed that, they pretty much just carried a lot of the same stuff on with tag matches, number one contender matches. Like, the ladder match was great though. Don't get me wrong. But, I think it's good. Big E and Seth, I think that's a great thing going forward just because of what Seth can do and, the contrasting styles and personalities and characters just between him and Big E, I think is great. It was weird not seeing the women's tag team champions, but what else is new? Tag team division. I hope they don't just smack down it because they literally swapped so many tag teams. And putting them all together in that number one contenders thing, just to have, I'm losing my mind. Just to have Ziggler and Rude lose. We got to see the Profits and Moss and AJ. The Moss, that's going to lead to something, which is different. I think they'll do really good with AJ and not so much with Moss just because of who he is, but that's his character. So now you could do about that, and Becky's over there, but they're doing immediately, with the Bianca stuff, like with the match coming up on Monday. So, it seems like they just carried a lot on. So hopefully they get over all of that. Because it's like reruns. Like what the hell's like, it's the same thing. You just moved it over a night. Just because it worked there doesn't mean it's going to work there, especially when, it's Raw. No offense, SmackDown beat them a long time ago. So hopefully, they improve it. But it was the first week. I just didn't like that they put all the SmackDown stuff, like put them all into a match together. Here you go, bye. Because they're going to carry a lot of that on. So hopefully they do something different than Bianca in the women's title picture. Or if Bianca wins and Becky's going to get a rematch, like it's going to keep going that way. So I want them to do something so it's not the same thing over and over again, even though that's what they're good at. Again, I like Big E being champion, the people he can work with though, in between Seth, KO, Edge, because he'll find a way in there sooner or later. I mean, like there's some really good stuff that can happen there. So that's really exciting to me personally, just because the possibilities of it. So see how that works out, and what women's, tag teams are going to, make and have challenge champions for that are actually competitive. And yes, you just saw me jump when the dog barked. So that was a good one. SmackDown, again, same thing, but now that Brock's indefinitely suspended because, that dumb thing, who are they going to have? I guess Drew probably be the next one to step up because he was supposed to be the one, rumored to be the one to take over from Roman, pass the torch. I don't know. And again, the tag team division's been so bad that hopefully, the new talent, like they vamp it up because the Usos coming back, healthy was the greatest thing to happen to the tag team division because they needed them. So, the New Day with the Kings, King Woods, and a bunch of the guys got Viking Raiders. Like hopefully that put some stuff in there. I'll see what they do with the women's thing now that Charlotte's there and all this happened. So you never know at all. I just hope they don't carry on a bunch of stuff like when Liv and Carmella went over to Raw and then like we all saw what happened. Like I found that to be kind of pointless. Hopefully they don't do a bunch of that. I just hope that with the new cast of characters around, a lot of same champions that Sheamus is over there. There's a lot of guys that are over there now. So hopefully, they keep going because they've been a good show. Just hopefully Madcap Moss gets punched in the face repeatedly because most of those jokes suck and watching them oversell hurts my brain. Like really bad, but he's doing his job. Like that's what Corbin and him are supposed to do. So I'm not mad at them for doing it. God, those suck so bad. But they've been the better shows. Hopefully they just keep chugging along and improving the spots where they can, like their tag team division, just because they got new talent, do something to make it more relevant. And again, the Usos coming back really, really helped. It's because the match quality with them. We'll see how they're going to go forward now that the Brock Roman thing's done. 2.0, again, Mandy getting it. I thought there was more worthy competitors, but Mandy getting it, and Toxic Attraction holding all the gold in the women's division. That's something going forward. And I like Gigi Dolan. We all know that. So that should be good. We'll see what Mandy can do. Hopefully she keeps getting better like Raquel, because she did. Happy Imperium got the gold finally, and it lets MSK take a little time off, reboot, come back and maybe change up. Who knows? But they're still talented as hell. Like the tag team division's great, the women's division's good. Like, and I'm happy Ciampa held on to the title because I didn't want to seem to be transitional. Like, as good as Braun is, like I think he should work a couple more months as champion just to keep working with more guys. Give people more experience so everyone's ready. So I think Ciampa is the perfect guy to do that. And Gargano and Loomis, see what they do with that. But that's been going on for so long. Let's see what they do when it comes to the tag titles or the North American title or anything like that. But again, I don't like Gacy. If he can go away, that'd be great. I'm not a fan of all of it, but it's better. The matches and all that are better than the look of the arena. So that's a good thing. And AEW, just keep doing what they're doing, just improve the women's division. That's the big thing. Like Sammy Guevara is good. Like get rid of the American Top Team and all that, but that's going to finish up soon. Keep doing the tournament. Like just keep improving. That's really the big one. Just keep improving, just because they're so young. I have a lot of young guys, and they just moved a lot of people into the company. It's how people switch shows. Like they signed a lot of people. So I just want to see what they're going to do with that. And just make the women's division better, please. Like, I'm not saying that to be a dick. Get the women's division better, whether that's new talent or whatnot. But and that's, overall some good stuff. You just got to see what they're going to do with it and keep improving stuff and fixing stuff on Raw because it needs a lot of help. We'll see where it goes. But with that being said, can't forget tomorrow doing the Halloween episode. Don't forget to check it out. We got some stuff coming that I'm excited for. So don't forget to check that out. And don't forget to always like, share, comment, and repeat on all the videos, all the episodes, whatever you're listening on, because the more you share out anything, no matter what platform you're on, the more eyes and ears get on it, which helps everybody. Comment and tell me what you think. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy SmackDown and Rampage. I'm going to go let that dog out so she stops barking, and I will be back with you tomorrow for the Halloween special. So don't forget to check it out. So enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy SmackDown. Be good to each other, and peace.